myself because I want to go into my future and what I'm doing right now. But I just kind of want to give you a little background of where I'm coming from, or where I came from, so that when you see where I'm going, you'll understand me a little better. You'll know that when I get to where I'm going, that I just didn't fall out the sky. Because so often with us, we believe that one day we just wake up and all these good things are just there. That no sacrifice, no dedication, no determination was involved. But I know that's a lie. See, when I sold drugs, I was the first one out there every morning. I was the last one to leave at night. I spent absolutely no money. I invested every dime that I got. I put back into my business. And what I found out while I was in prison is that's the same thing that most entrepreneurs do well in business. So it was no wonder that my business flourished, that I went to the top. It was love only to the fact that I didn't know what I was doing at first. But other than that, it became hard work and determination. Just like with you. Right now, you have to be determined to get what you want out of life. See, when I was in prison and I had that life sentence, and I knew that I had to become a lawyer almost. I stopped watching TV. I gave away my radio. I stopped playing chess. All the card games that everybody else in jail played, I stopped. I spent all my day working out on the weight room. I would do my exercise, then I would go to my cell and read my books to study. What I found out is that raised up my awareness. See, a lot of times we're doing stuff that clogs our mind, and our mind can only hold so much. So if you got all these things going to it, it's like a radio that you have in the middle of channels, you're going to get static. So we have to focus on what it is that we're trying to accomplish. And that has to become your burning desire. Well, my burning desire was to get out of prison. I had read a book one time, and it was about an African guru. And this guru, they say, had all the information that a person wanted. And the guru told me, he said, this kid came to him one day and was asking how could he become successful. So what the guru did is he took the kid and he took him out in the water. First his feet went under, then his knees, then it went up to his chest, then they went underwater. So after he finished, he held the kid under for a while, and then they walked back out the water, and the guru sat back down, and the kid said, I come to you for information. I asked you to help me become successful. So after the kid finished, the guru looked up at him and he said, I just showed you everything you need to know. He said, well, you didn't show me nothing. You took me out of the water and almost killed me. He said, well, when you was under that water, what was you thinking about? He said, fool, I was thinking about breathing. He said, well, whenever you want something the way you want to breathe, at that moment, you will surely get it. Well, when I was in prison, I wanted to get out of prison just as bad as I was breathing. I felt that I had to stay in prison for the rest of my life. I'd rather be dead. So I wanted to get out of prison bad. So I spent every waking moment was on getting out of prison. And as you see, I'm standing here today. What I've done is I've taken all the things that I've learned in my life, and I've come up with a new me. See, basically what I did is I rebuilt myself. I went from being illiterate, not being able to read or write. I learned, when I was in school, chemistry. I don't know about chemistry. But I learned how to work a scale. I know what grams was, kilos was, ounces, quarts, pints. I knew all that. I learned all that from the street. I took all that now and I combined it into the new me, into my businesses that I'm doing right now. I've been out of prison right now for 14 months, maybe 15 months. I don't really count. But I have been out that long. I started several businesses since I've been home. I go around the country and I do these speeches as often as I can, and I come out and speak to whoever will listen. That's why I'm so thankful that Dr. Reagan brought me down so I can speak to you all. Because I think that my message is important, and I think that it's going to help. And most of all, what I encourage you to do is check me out. Keep your eye on me. Because I'm going to do some things. I was talking to two of the young ladies last night, and they brought something out of me that I had never said before. See, I don't have any limits anymore. I said, I don't have any limits anymore. See, I used to have limits on myself. So I was going to be a tennis player or a dope dealer or a car thief. But now I don't have any limits. See, I can wake up tomorrow and change what I want to be at any time. There's nobody that I'm afraid to compete with. I think that I'm just as good as anybody living, and that my life is just as important as anybody else's, and that I can think just as good as anybody else. Yeah, I may not be able to read as good as you, and I may not be able to remember as good as her. But when you put it all together, reading, working, determination, I don't think that nobody's going to outdo me. See, I made up my mind that I'm not going to go for it. Just like I did in tennis, like I did in the drug business. I didn't want nobody to be as big as I was. So, in life right now, I don't want anybody to be no greater than I am. And that's the way we all have to think. We all have to think that we're the best, or we have the potential to be the best, because you do. There may be people that are better than you in some areas, but there's nobody better than you in everything. Never believe that. Well, since I've been home, it's amazing. I got a story. You know, I wrote my autobiography while I was in prison. And as soon as I got out, everybody started hitting me up about my movie. I don't know if y'all saw American Gangster when they featured me on there. I did a little bit with it, but the idea was mine initially. But they took it and did what they wanted to do with it. But mine happened to be the best one, had the highest rating. Partially because, in my case, the guy that I got my drugs from was from Nicaragua. Anybody know anything about Nicaragua? Well, let me tell you a little history about Nicaragua and our President Reagan. They had a connection. Well, Nicaragua is a country that's centrally located to the United States. They were in a civil war with some rebels by the name of the Sandinistas. The Sandinistas was backed by Russia. So if you know if Russia was backed by the Sandinistas, America had to back the countries. Well, during this war, the Sandinistas had started to take the best of the countries. And the countries were